beeped over there. No idea what beep, because there isn't anything over there to beep. Just weird. So, is the light and there's oh. Hello, you lovely people of the internet, and welcome to another day of me being seriously messed up. And today's seriously messed up is a Monday, and that means shopping day. We went out shopping. It was not as expensive as last week's, which was ridiculously expensive, but it was expensive, considering what we bought, is what I'm saying. Capitalism's a wonderful thing, and it might be the thread of the day, that capitalism being a wonderful thing. So with all that done, I came back, had me breakfast and fell asleep for a bit. Now, I'd had a message yesterday from Walter at Love Army, and he'd sent me a message saying, come and see me tomorrow. So I popped along to see him after it woke up and stuck my head under the shower for a bit to like wake up and cool down and stuff. I sat talking with him for a while, and we had an interesting conversation. And he gave me a little duck with a little rubbery plasticky duck with a little positive message on it. Can't remember what it was, but it was a nice little positive message, and it was gratefully received after the shitty few days that I've had. I don't think I'm over me shitty days, by the way. This is just like it's either a calm in the storm or it is slowly going away. I don't know. I have to wait and see what happens. But I'm where I'm at. So he gave me this little thing anyway, and put it in my pocket, in my dungarees. So I went to Superdrug because I needed to get some soap. Yeah, you know, hand soap, because we haven't got any hand soap in the bathroom. That we used the last of it up today. So I knew I needed to go and get some. And I got myself some toothpaste and some other stuff as well. I'll get to the other bit anyway. So no, I'll tell you about it now, actually. And I bought some Pears soap. Now, I love the smell of Pears soap. So when I got back after all the being out and getting in, got a shower, and I thought, oh yeah, I can get a cold shower, by the way, because it's not for a hot shower. So I got a cold shower with the Pears soap, and Pears soap smells different from how it did when I was a kid, which is entirely possible because it probably had nuclear waste and stuff in it, you know, because it was the 70s, and probably had lead in it as well. But anyway, it doesn't smell the same. It smells weird now, and I'm a bit disappointed. But maybe it's just that as I've grown older, my smell receptor things have changed, or how my brain works has changed. Who knows? But it smells different now, and that was a bit of a disappointment. I'm ignoring the motorbikes as much as I can, but you know, there's only so much I can do. So anyway, get into Superdrug, and I'm paying for me stuff. As I'm going in to like pay for me stuff, the girl from behind the counter is just coming out for it and walking through the queue bit. If you know Superdrug in town, then you know what I'm talking about. If you got no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. There's just like a little customer control thing to get to the tills. And she was just walking up that, and she walked backwards into it, got into a place, and apologised for like stopping her from just going out and doing something. So she said, oh, I like your dungarees. And I said, yeah, I had to buy them from Vinted because I can't get them in my size. And they've been repaired. And then she saw me back, she said, oh, I like your bag. I was like, yeah, I got this off my mate Jeff. She asked where I got it from. I said Jeff Bezos, and we had a little bit of like, you know, what those interactions you'd have with people about capitalism. Maybe you don't have interactions like that with people. I don't know who you are listening to this. You could be one of my mates who would understand that, or you could be one of the complete randoms who call me strange names. I don't know which ones you are. But I'm telling you now, it's like we had that conversation. I know as I was walking out, I suddenly thought, like the look of disappointment on her face over capitalism and stuff. And I went back and I gave her the little duck that Walter had just given me because I felt she needed it. And like the way she went, oh, that's the little, because I didn't sort of like hand it to her and like look at her waiting for a response. I gave it to her and walked off. And I heard like a little positive like reaction to it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. It hit the mark, which is what it's supposed to do. That's what they're for. That's the whole point of like these things. That was a really nice little experience. Then I went out. I came home then after that, and I bought myself a sausage roll, because why wouldn't I have a sausage roll? Because a sausage roll is not a sausage, because it's a sausage roll, isn't it? You see? So I can have that. Shouldn't have done it, but I did anyway. Well, actually, I had 2 of them because, like, you know, if you're going to have one, you may as well have another one because you don't want it to be on its own. The last thing I want is a sausage roll to be in my stomach. Oh, there's nobody else here like me. So I had 2 of them. And it's a crap excuse, but, like, I'm playing with it, you know, I'm playing with it in my head. It is what it is. I hate that saying. I've said that a few times in videos now, right? It is what it is. It's a throwaway, horrible comment. It's worse than me and anding and butting and It's worse than that. I hate it. It's become a vocal tick that I do not like. So anyway, I've had a cold shower and I'm sat here. I've got a towel. Really? I'm sat here, I'm in a towel, and I'm drying off now, unfortunately, so I'm warming up again because it is 27 degrees in here, just about. And I don't like that. It's a bit too warm. It feels warmer when the light's on as well. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. I don't know how you are with, like, me with lights. I think they're too bright. And when I turn the lights off, it's like... how would I put it? It's like as if a weight is lifted from the room. The room feels really heavy when there's a light in it. Now, it could be because I'm sensitive to all these photons hitting me. There's extra photons hitting me, and I'm so sensitive that I can feel the weight of all these photons. I mean, it could be. Because there's more of them. When I turn the light off, there isn't as many photons. Oh, no, I don't know how this works now. I want to know how this works, how an LED light works. That's an LED light. I want to know how whatever's going on inside one of them things, how it generates the photons. I want to know how that happens and where these photons and where do they go? What happens to photons once they've hit something? I've never thought about that before. You know, because I can see a thing, right? I can see the camera now because light is hitting the camera and then it's coming from the camera and hitting my retina. Where does it go after that? I mean, does it bounce back out? Does it disappear into loads of little bits? I don't know. And like, I'm going to have to find out now because it's going to do me head in not knowing something like that. And I might never know the answer to that one. Maybe nobody knows what happens soon. Although somebody must do because, like, you know, there's a thing about living in Plymouth as well. Every so often you hear, oi, oi. Oh, wow. And maybe it's a Plymouth thing, I don't know. I never heard it anywhere else has been. I'm not doing any of the coffee visual effect things at the moment, any of those. I love doing them. But it's like a time thingy that I haven't got. Time and energy thing, rather, that I haven't got. I've got the time to do it, but I haven't got the will, the energy, the drive to do it. I'm sort of I'm still not in a wonderful place. I'm still a bit despondent, but at least I've been outside. At least I've had a shower. I've had a few showers only because it's been too hot. But it's, you know, I'm trying to look after my physical body as best I can. Eating sausage rolls is not a good way of doing it though. But I wanted something, and that's actually reminded me of something. So somebody contacted me online to ask how it was and stuff like that. And I ended up oversharing way too much stuff with them, really. But it's strange the way it helps oversharing something to a stranger. Well, she's not a stranger, she's someone I don't know very well. It's funny that. That actually did help just by the unheard things. That's like the thing I posted on Facebook, and it is like, nobody hears the cries for help until it's too late. I just haven't been heard. Nobody had listened to me. No, she listened. What I do have, and it's on me, this one, because I should say to people, look, I just want you to hold space for me. I don't want you to come up with answers, solutions. I don't need that. I don't need answers. If you've got answers, by all means, I'll have answers, but you don't have to go looking for them. I'm not asking you to provide answers. I just need someone to hold space for me while I get all my shit out of my shit bucket and spread it all over the floor and say, right, I need to pick through the entrails of my shit bucket. And if you know people with mental health problems similar to mine, or maybe even not similar to mine, I don't know, maybe that's all they want, is somebody to sit and listen. Not to judge them, not to offer help, just to sit and listen. And not to like something I kind of worked out for myself. Before I knew I was neurospicy, I'd worked out that my way of empathising or showing that I empathised was to talk about what had happened to me. Now, apparently, I don't know if this is like a thing that all people do, but it's something that I've heard people who are neurospicy talk about, that they do. And I'd figured out not to do that. When somebody was telling me something and they're telling me about them, I will sit and hold space for them and listen, and only say something in a way of keeping a conversation going, if you know what I mean. Or sometimes even just sit with the silence because I can. It's something that I figured out to do on my own, without, say on my own, like as if it's, you know what I mean. I worked it out. I didn't have to be told that I worked it out, is what I mean. So, you know, maybe, like, if you've got people in your life who are struggling, maybe all they need is someone to just sit and listen. Or even so, you know, sometimes it can be as simple as, like, just doing the dishes for someone or making them a cuppa. Because it is very often the small things that do the damage, not the big things. Most people seem to be able, something big comes along and we react okay to it because we know what to do, or there's it just generally seems to hold together, is what I'm saying. But the little things we go, oh, I'll be all right. But those little, I suppose it's fair enough to call them microaggressions, for want of a better way of describing them. They build up. They do a lot of damage. Like me and my thingies with social media has come mostly. The worst things is when I interact with social media, because there are some really racist, bigoted people, or bots. I don't care which they are. And now, I was on social media earlier today. I was sat there thinking about something, and I went on social media, looked at this thing, and it was like, you know what, I'm going to start reporting these, because these are just not nice. I don't know if it'll make any difference. It probably won't, because there's an infinite number of these little right-wing bots. And I was watching, I call him Shut Up Phil. It's like the different bias. Is it Phil Morehouse? I think it's something like that. But yeah, I've been watching him for a long time, and I love his political commentary. But he is known in our flat as like Shut Up Phil, because like I'll be listening to him and like the widget will come in wanting to talk to me, and I'll turn him off and just say, oh, Shut Up Phil. And it's become nice. He's called Shut Up Phil. And he said something, that the UK is being made a battleground for the culture wars. And it does seem to be. People like myself and like Shut Up Phil and Super Tansky and Ed Thompson, Max Robespierre and Graham Hughes. There's a whole load of people that in social media pushing against this stuff. I support some of them on Patreon or YouTube if I can. And at the moment, I've like cut things out of my life so I can do that, because I value their work. For a very little while, I was one of the ground troops, wasn't I, going to protests and things. I can't do that at the moment. Too hot. When it cools down, if they start having protests, I'll be back doing those if I can. Maybe going like stand at some socialist things, go and do a little bit of stuff, because we've got to push back against this right-wing stuff some way or other. Every little bit helps. I think that is me done for things to say. I was hoping I would have more to say, or at least something coherent, but I'm not well. This again has been totally unscripted. I don't know what I'm going to do next, apart from drink the rest of my coffee, maybe have some more to edit the video, make tea, and then watch some crap YouTube things, or might just go back to NCIS and fall asleep. And I'll have another cold shower, because I love cold showers. It was my girlfriend who introduced me to cold showers. And not literally, it was like I was at her flat. I walked up to her flat one time last year, and it was really, really hot. And she's got like a cubicle shower whereas mine's a showered over the bath. She's got a little cubicle. So I could get in there and like out of the cold water, and rather than it just being on me head, I could take the thing off without spraying water all over the place and cool me get me legs first, because that's the place where it always seemed to trigger me to go out, lose me breath. Now it doesn't. I'm used to it now. It only takes me, when winter comes round, I go back to having warm showers. But it only takes me a couple of cold showers to get back into it, because it is just I love them. I wish you'd have cold showers in the winter, but like it's too cold and it gets uncomfortable, and why would I want to be uncomfortable? But what I might do is have like a hot shower like you would normally have a hot shower, and then have a cold shower after, just to remind myself that cold exists. I don't know. I've got nothing else left for you anyway. After that pile of bollocks, hopefully it'll be a better pile of bollocks tomorrow. Thank you for putting up with me, and I will see you tomorrow. I love yous. Bye.